This is the Reaper Machine Hellsgate slider rotary that we make. I was going to go over a couple of things on this machine with you. First and foremost, it's got a cool little spring-activated swing gate here, so you can put everything in there, adjustable to stainless steel and disposable tubes. And as you open it up here, you can see how we got that set up with a little spring in there, how it kind of clicks back into shape. But anyway, it's the perfect amount of tension. You can put everything in there from like a number 2 pencil to a Sharpie pen. It all fits, so it should take care of all your sizes and odd shapes of tubes that most people have these days. We also have this cool little spring down inside the slide there. That's a 0 return, so your needles aren't hanging out once you're done tattooing. It runs, then you turn it off, it goes back to 0. It runs, you turn it off, it goes back to 0. It's never stuck in the down position, and then it goes back down. These slides, after wear and tear, after a while, or sometimes they just fit in there a certain way. Sometimes some are a little louder than others, but the machine runs the same regardless. So, same principles on this machine as the others. Wipe it down. You don't need to spray it with any kind of opticide, weighticide, any of those things. Just give it a wipe down. The surface is all powder coated or anodized, whichever one you have, and it's super antimicrobial and smooth to the touch, so you can actually wipe it down with a cloth and get it quite clean without scratching the surface or messing up the coatings. Again, I like to use super lube for the lubricant on the slide. What I like to do with the super lube is I like to put a little bit on the end of my glove here, and I will take it and show you now how I do that. I take a little bit here and I run the machine. I always wear a glove when I use the super lube because I don't want to touch it with my hand. And I'll squirt a little bit of that super lube out right in the opening at the top there, and you'll hear it kind of quiet down a little bit, and I'll just massage it in with my finger like this. And it gets way down in there and it starts working right away. And you'll hear it kind of bog down the slide, and it'll get it. And that means my slide was a little bit dry earlier and it made a little bit of noise, and now you can tell the difference. And then it drinks it right up right there through the bottom. See that? Put that in there. It's good to go. Now, a lot of people run these machines, they always tell me, oh, my slider's making noise. Well, that's going to take care of it. You got to regularly lube these ones up a little bit, and that's the only way it's going to work. And I take a little paper towel and I just get the excess off around the edges. I'm not slowing the motor down. I'm not creating any drag. I'm just getting it clean, and now it's ready to tattoo with. This machine here, I tattoo everything from 7 mag to 25 mag with this, no problem. It's a real powerful machine. The way we've created this one, it's got a lot of torque. Same thing, standard number 12 style rubber bands, and the same grommets. We really love these grommets. They're soft and they go on real easy, and they come off real easy. They don't create a lot of push and pull here on the stems of these machines. These rubber bands create the perfect amount of drag, and they hold it in place perfectly. When you put these on, it's good to always make sure you put it right here in the back, underneath the binder and that screw that's holding the back end together. I always put my rubber band right there and then bring them around the front. You see how that centers it almost? The needle bar will come down and it'll drop right in this area, and it'll hold it perfectly in there. So I'll set this up with a needle and tube real quick and show you what I'm talking about. The cool feature about this machine is, when I was talking about the tube vise earlier, is that you have this spring-loaded tube vise in the front. Now this is really cool because you don't have to load it in underneath. It just pops in the front like that. I always put my grinder in there like this. Find the center part. And just push it down. It should be perfect right there. Okay. Now this machine comes with an already set stroke at almost 4 millimeters. Nobody should be tattooing anything over 4 millimeter with a rotary because that's just not going to give you a good result. I kind of just push down on the slide a little bit with my finger and measure the tip out here to where I want my depth to go. And I would probably say right about there looks good to me. So I'll go ahead and tighten that down, and then I'll take these rubber bands and I'll set them up. And I'm going right through the back where I showed you earlier and dropping them in the front. I separate them a little bit here. There, perfect. That's exactly how it should be set up. I always make sure you use good, clean DC power. DC power is the best thing for the rotaries. It's, I have my power unit here, and I love this. Make sure you have a good clip cord that's actually not super bulky or has long connectors on it, because what's going to happen is you're going to be tattooing, and this thing's going to swivel around and it's going to pivot, and it's going to either touch the binders or it's going to touch the frame of that machine, and it's going to make you think your machine's cutting out. Technically, it's not cutting out, and the motor's not in any sort of danger, but it is you know, compromising your power. So make sure you get a good clip cord with some snug power, and it should be fine. And there it is. Hellsgate slider set up, ready to roll. If you have any questions about that or anything else that I've talked about in this video, email me at xreapermachinex@yahoo.com. Thanks.